It's time for local stories from across the East. Local food. Local fashion. Local businesses. This is your home for local. This is the East's Daily Download on Eastern North Carolina CW.
Hello and welcome to a very special edition of the East Daily Download. My name is Mark. I'll be your virtual tour guide on this very special episode. Today is our 1 year on the air from our very first show that we did on July 23rd of 2019. It was a sample episode, a little teaser to give you guys all an idea of what the show is going to be about. It officially debuted on August 19th, but we're commemorating the last year and kind of wrapping the season up since tomorrow's show is the last one of this season. So we're going to have some special guests in. We're going to talk to Lauren, the producer of the show, who's been on maternity leave for a little while. We're going to talk to John, that you've come to know, Bryce and Anissa, all who are contributors to the show. Without further ado, let me bring Lauren in. Hopefully this will work correctly. And there she is. Welcome, Lauren, everybody. How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Good. I'm going to turn the volume up just a little bit so I can hear you a little bit better.
Oh, wow. Well, that's unusual. Usually I'm so loud it wouldn't matter.
Yeah, well, it's been a while since I've seen it. So we're here on this very special edition of the East Daily Download, which thought we would chat about the last year, your memories, things you enjoyed, what we want to look forward to in season 2 of the show, how wonderful I am to work with, just those kinds of things.
Well, I can help you out with most of that. I think my favorite thing so far is the progression that we've made since that first show. We figured a lot of things out, and I really enjoyed the shows where we all get to be a part of things together. Like the mini golf show was one of my favorites, of course, because, I won.
Still a little debate on that part.
There is no debate on that at all. You say you let me win, but you decided you were going to do that at the last hole. So I don't know how that tracks.
Oh, how
our trip out to the Wood Ducks to see Alexa. All of those times where we got to get out. When we made our little mascots for the show, our little monsters.
As you can see,
that painted peacock. I see him back there.
With the Studio E, the little at-home version that I brought home to do the shows at home, and a poster.
I love it. You're all set.
Just to have a little bit of context for the show. But
now all you need to do is paint that wall purple, and we'll have it made.
Oh yeah, that sounds like a project. I'm done. I've got other house projects that I'm lined up for, so that doesn't really fit into the.
I'm surprised you haven't gotten all of them done with all this time that we've had to spend at home.
I've done a lot, actually. A lot of it's been outdoors in nature.
And we got to see a lot of that too. We did a show on that where I got to see you paint your fence and cut your grass, and that was fun for me.
Yeah.
To watch those things.
And that's an interesting dynamic that we never accounted for when the show started, was that we would have a global pandemic hit and that everybody would be at home. And so we kind of had to figure out quickly what we were going to do. And that all kind of then tied right into you being gone with maternity leave. And then it was like, how are we going to juggle all of these different things? And clearly in the beginning, it was a bit of it was difficult trying to figure it out. I think we've done pretty well overall, but, and you kind of came up with the idea of let's do a series of shows at home, because we figured we'd be at home for like 2 weeks right out of the gate. Of course, I'm still at home, and you're just about to come. By the time this show airs, you'll be back at work. Definitely the pandemic changed the nature of how we went about doing the show. What's been your perception of that?
I really commend you guys for just keeping everything going the way that you have. And, you've been funny. I think one of my favorites was when you shaved your beard in all the different, styles. And that just speaks again to you guys just kind of, figuring it out and going with it. I think
at a certain
lot of people have had to be home, and so they can relate.
Yeah. And at a certain point, we have to come up with topics and ideas for shows. And when you're apart, it's much harder to do. So East Daily Download as Lauren begins.
Hole in one! Oh yeah.
And John is trying to play through.
Hey, Lauren. Mark.
Hey, John. All right then.
I feel like this ball was closer. Did you?
I haven't moved it.
We'll be back in a minute here on the East Daily Download. Do you have a favorite show?
A favorite show. You know, I have favorite moments. I don't know that I have a one favorite show, because I think that each show has its own unique little moments in it, which is why it's so important to watch all the time, because then you get to catch all those little moments. For me, something that was really special was my birthday episode. Not because it was my birthday, but because you gave me pickles for my birthday, and I got to announce that I was pregnant. And that was fun for me. That was like a fun little, it was special because you guys sang me happy birthday and all that. And then I got to, share a part of my life with our audience. I think I really also enjoyed the episodes where we were redecorating the set. And it was just kind of on the fly, figuring out, okay, now we're going to talk about the floors. Now we're going to talk about the walls and wallpaper. Oh my God, you freaked out over the wallpaper, which was fun for me. And those were some of my favorites were, the mini golf and the wood ducks and those types of things. That speaking of wood ducks, got a wood duck here. All of those where we were able to get out as a group and experience those things. Those were some of my favorites. So, it's been hard having to be home. But, I think that's what I look forward to in the next season, is when we're able to get back out there and start exploring as a team again together.
Yeah. Speaking of team, let's bring in another member here. We're going to bring in Anissa. Please welcome to the special East Daily Download Zoom meeting, Anissa. Hey, welcome. Hey there. So we have the original core three here. So we've just been talking about, memories of some of our favorite shows. And do you have a favorite show that we've done or a favorite story that you've reported?
One of the things that stood out the most was the Stellar Showcase. That was a lot of fun, being able to travel to Raleigh and in a whole different type of experience with so many different moving parts and trying to get interviews and things to work for the show. So that was one of my favorite moments.
Yeah, that was an awesome show.
It was really cool.
Do you have a story that you've done that you really identify with or really just means more to you than another story?
Yeah. So for me, it was really overcoming an obstacle that I was not expecting when I went into it. So a drag race in Kinston, I was really excited to go there. I had never been to a drag race before. And I came with the work car. I was just ready to kind of have that new experience. But everybody there was kind of, as soon as they saw the car, they kind of thought it would be a different narrative. Yeah. They really wanted me to film things. And it was just kind of really under lockdown. And I took pride in being able to, they let me get one interview. And I was able to kind of turn that into a cool Adobe Spark type of story for the show. So I think that when you're in situations like that, just trying to think on your feet, that was really cool to try to come up with something like, how am I going to talk about a drag race and not be able to show anything that happened that day? The Galentine's Day event was pretty cool.
All right.
Too, like you're saying, just having different experiences that you might not, things you do every day, but then turning it around for a show is cool.
Yeah. I really enjoyed the Maleku jewelry shows that you did as well, getting to kind of go behind the scenes with her and see how she makes the jewelry and where she's from and how she puts that into her work. I think I really enjoyed those shows.
Those are cool too. I can't wait to be able to get out again without the restrictions. I just don't know what that's going to look like and when. Yes. So in season 2, I just hope to be able to do more stories and get out to different parts of the community. and bring like different viewers hopefully to our show and make them aware. And also just getting back with everyone. I think that would be really cool. It's just been so different now. But just like being reunited and, you know, feeling that team again would be really cool.
That was my thing too. I was like, I just want to be with everybody. I want us to be able to go out and do things again.
Yeah.
As a team.
You don't realize how much you miss it, because working from home, you know, it was this, at first when I heard it, I was like, oh yeah, like I've never done that before. It's so cool. But it becomes like a little, you know, over it.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people probably feel that way of like, oh, this is so exciting. I get to stay at home and work. But after a while, it's like, I think you tend to crave being around people and having that interaction that you maybe can take for granted on a daily basis normally.
You definitely do. I know I did. I didn't realize how much. I was like, wow, this is so different now.
Take 4.
Take 3.
Let's bring in Bryce and John to this party. And I met Bryce here and John. So they'll be coming in. And I see there is Bryce Sawyer. Welcome into the show. And John is moving up here. And there is John Foster. Welcome, Bryce and John, to the show. Is that a mug with you on it, John?
Yes, it is.
Well, why am I not surprised by that?
No way. Hold that thing up here so we can see it.
Oh, it really is.
Oh my goodness.
I thought that maybe it was a joke.
So just put it in front of your face so it looks like, you know.
Yeah, it's the best gift I've ever been given. So there we go.
Oh, okay, good. So someone gave it to you. You didn't have it made yourself.
I want proof that someone gave it to him.
Right?
So
I've got her name down there, but yeah.
That's what he tells everybody.
We've been kind of talking about the show now that we've hit a year. Tomorrow is the final, episode of this season. Let's start with you, Bryce. Is there a memory that you have, or a couple of memories, or is there a show or a story or anything that we've done that really is, among your favorite?
Oh my gosh. I have a lot of favorites. But I think my favorite would be the Wood Ducks. The first Wood Duck shoot that we had with everybody, because that was our first on location shoot with everyone. So we all got to experience, being out on location. So that was definitely my favorite. Fashion Friday, Down Eats, all the host segments and stuff. It was fun.
Yeah. And, Bryce and I recently have been back in and like shooting, together with the spacing distance. So it's been, we've had a very minimal crew at the station. Nisa hasn't even been into the station really for the last 3 months outside of to get your computer fixed every now and then when there's an issue with that. So for you, Bryce, how is the being at home more than being at work? How has that impact or affected, working on the show?
It's definitely awesome to be able to be in the station with everybody and have all of the creative input just surrounding you all the time, being able to be in the station. So I definitely miss that. You don't really get that being able to, or having to work from home during all of this. So that's definitely the big thing that I miss.
What about you, John? Since, you came onto the show after it had already launched, and you always you oversee the Wednesday show. How has it been? Do you have a, favorite show that you've done or an experience from the show that, you really enjoy?
Honestly, since our last roundtable discussion where we all kind of got together and had a chance to reminisce, I think it was kind of coming back because we expected that we were going to be out of the studio for a little bit. And it was this whole, all right, well, we had to do it on the road. We thought it was going to be pretty temporary. And then it turned into every single week we were out at a different location shooting something else. But it's probably the most interesting TV content that I've ever put together. Granted, I've never worked harder in my life. I've never put as many hours as I have into something like this. But yeah, just going out and creating all of these unique shows week by week. Granted, I was just in charge of the Wednesday one, in terms of editing, but in terms of like shooting and everything like that, we were out there for every single one.
Yeah.
Always either me or Bryce or Anissa out there with you and Lauren, going out scouting the location, getting everything set up. A lot of stuff was doing on the fly. And it was just exciting every week to find out, like, where are we going, and getting there and figuring out, all right, well, I guess we'll set an interview there, that in the background, because we've never seen this before. So it was always just the entire like second half of this year putting this stuff together has just been really on our toes thinking, and it's been exciting and really fun.
Yeah, I think the pandemic, as we were discussing before with the Anissa, Lauren, and I, really kind of changed the dynamic of what and how we've done everything. And we planned to be at home for 1 to 2 weeks, and now we're stretching into 4 months. And it certainly changed the complexities of the show.
Yeah, it kind of put the brakes on things just a little bit. So you're cutting in way in and out there.
I've got plugged into the Ethernet too, so it shouldn't be doing that. If I freeze, by all means, somebody else please jump in and take over.
Yeah, you gotta be up here on my mark.
3, 2. So there's a problem.
Mm-hmm, I can tell.
It's National Kindness Day, which in and of itself is fine.
That's gonna be hard for you though.
No, it's only gonna be hard because of, am I supposed to be nice to John? Because
I wouldn't say you gotta go that far. Huh, look, now you don't have to worry about it.
Oh, I guess John was being kind to us.
Contrasting the first part of when we launched in August until really Christmas break, those shows kind of took on a really weird life and did a lot of unusual things. And we really leaned into being kind of ridiculous. So does anybody have, from those sets of shows where we were basically doing national holidays every day and really kind of just going off the deep end and doing really interesting things, does anybody have any favorites from that? Like, I'm looking at you, Lauren. I know that you have a...
Yeah, I enjoy wearing that wig, Bryce. Thank you. I know that was one of your favorite episodes, but I just didn't like the wig. But I think I ended up liking the absurdity day. Is that what it was that you did, where you got just like way over, like me and Anissa were not in there to keep you in check, so you just went like super crazy.
Yeah. And
I don't know, I kind of liked it.
Weird, bizarre, funny for me was the Crush episode, where all of a sudden at the end, John is putting crushes all over the set, and you never see him except his hand just popping up. And then all of a sudden I feel my pocket, a crush going into my, my pants. And I'm like, whoa, what's...
Yeah. During the interview process, we never covered that I would be, like putting cans into your pants. That was kind of improvised.
We'll edit this part out.
Captain Jack's was really cool because a lot of the on-location places that we go, I've been there for about a year now, but when we were doing it, I had never been to a lot of the locations. So, mini golf, or like you were saying, the Wood Duck Stadium, a lot of those places was really cool experience for the first time. And since then, I've been back to a few of them as well, like Chocowinity or the Action Park. So it's just been fun. Oh, Painted Peacock, when we went there, I had never been before. So those shows are definitely my favorite. I love being on location.
What about you, Lauren?
I think, like Anissa said, I like being out. I like being on location and getting to do something new. I also enjoy in the studio when it's all of us together, like, no offense to you, but when it's just like a few of us in there, it's, it's still fun, but when everybody gets to participate, I think that those are my most favorite.
I think Bryce is smiling because she's like, yeah, I'm familiar with that.
Yeah,
we just shot shows yesterday
with you. Yeah.
No, I love the in-studio stuff, but I really love being out on location, just being able to be with the people that we interview and getting to talk with them and whatnot. It's always a good energy to be out on location as well. So, well, first of all, I'm definitely looking forward to what we're going to do with the set, because I know the last set of shows we just did just kind of focused on, we're packing up season 1. Here we go. We're preparing for season 2, so I'm definitely looking forward to that. And I'm also looking forward to all of the, hopefully, depending on what happens with our current circumstances, but I'm looking forward to more of the on-location shoots and some of the new places that we haven't been to yet. I know we've talked about a lot of places. So yeah, I'm just kind of excited for some of the new people we're going to meet, and maybe kind of some new vamps up to the set that we have.
But if we can, getting out there and just having a chance to shoot more of this on-location stuff. I've still got my fingers crossed for that Ninja Warrior gym that's right down the road. We need to get you out there, Mark. Yeah, I think that'll be fun.
Mark go through that. I want to see Mark go through the Ninja Warrior gym.
Don't we all? I want to see him try and fail to go through the Ninja Warrior gym. But kind of looking forward to wherever that takes us. And if we can't get out and do more of this on-location stuff, because the current situation may not change, just how creative we can get with everything again.
Something that John made me think about was how creative we all got with the at-home stuff that we were working on.
I hear you say projects?
Yeah. Have to learn how to maintain our own hair.
It's very exciting, isn't it?
And choosing to have them delivered to your doorstep.
I think that all of us being able to be together again would be my favorite thing, just being able to get together as a group to work on the show. And I am looking forward to getting back to work. I wish I was going to be able to see everybody, but hopefully we'll get there soon.
Thank everybody for being here today. Thank all of our viewers for watching the show. And, tomorrow is our season finale, so watch that. And thanks to everybody for being part of this weird, wonderful journey of the East Daily Download from all of us here.
Bryce is here.
Tomorrow on the East Daily Download, it's the season finale, and we're taking down the set and getting ready for season 2. We've got a new Feel Good Friday for you, and we'll have a live at Whirligig stage interview and performance. That's tomorrow for the East Daily Download on Eastern North Carolina CW.